back to my channel. It is Tuesday. It is November 1st, day after Halloween. It has been a crazy couple weeks. I think the last time I checked in with you guys was a couple weeks ago, updating you on the storm that, and then like all of the stuff that happened after that. October is just the wildest month. I know I said this in my last video, but jam-packed October. We have hit November 1st. I feel like this week, although we have a few things this week, we at least have a little bit of a breather. We do have like one thing next week going on within the school, and then the week before Thanksgiving we have a lot of things. That's not true. I think we have Scholastic Book Fair next week, but that's easy. But then the week before Thanksgiving break, before our fall break, is jam-packed again. And then I think leading up to Christmas, it's going to be jam-packed. So it's just a crazy time of year, but October was especially wild. We have all of our Halloween decorations up. I'll go through and kind of visit with you about what we did for Halloween yesterday, because teaching on Halloween is so stressful. So much fun, but the kids are just wound up naturally. So it's just very difficult to try to even give them instructions on how to play a game. Like we did like rotations yesterday afternoon, because by yesterday afternoon there wasn't any like actual me like standing in front of them teaching going on. So I did rotations, and then I could work on their data folders with them and just trying to give them instructions for the rotations. Whew, that was rough. So I am getting ready to switch out things in my room for November. I am going to switch out my November books. I'll go over here for you. Oh, I haven't showed you some of the stuff. I'm going to switch out my November books that are right there. I'm going to take down the Halloween decorations. I'll flip you around and show you some of the things that we have up so far. I'm going to take down just my Halloween in general and leave up my fall decorations, obviously. Even though we don't have fall here in Florida, it's still nice to make it fall-like. And switch out my centers, because my writing center needs to get switched over. And add a few things and kind of clean up from yesterday, because I was so tired yesterday. We had a book character parade. I didn't even get a picture of my team and I. For our book character parade, we all went as a crayon. I was a purple crayon, so I could wear my purple wig, and I didn't even get a picture. It was so crazy. The kids were adorable, and all of their costumes were very book related and so cute. Which you can find a book for pretty much anything, but I had like a couple ninjas. I had a Jack Skellington. And there was the book that went with it, which I didn't even know they did the Nightmare Before Christmas book, but he was precious. I had a lot of little princesses from various Disney movies, and they all had their books. I had a couple Pete the Cats. I had a couple kiddos that didn't dress up and just asked me if they could wear a mask or a headband or something like I had, because I have a couple shark hats and things, and so they did that. They were precious. Again, I couldn't get a video of the kids or a picture of the kids, but they were adorable. So it was just a long day. When I left yesterday, I was just ready to get out of here. So I'm going to take down, I'm going to flip you around so you can see it, but I'm going to take down this kind of stuff and flip you around and show you all of the things that need to get packed up. I'm going to get my Halloween bin down, or my decor bin down, and get that stuff moved out so that the kids come in and it's kind of a little calmer in here today, because with all the Halloween decorations, these kids have been wound up for the entire month of October, let me tell you. So I'm going to get all that done, and I'm going to start getting ready for my day. Okay, so this is their stack. I can't show you much because I'll show you here in a second what they did yesterday for their center rotations, in case you need ideas for in the future. But I just have to put away. I'm going to keep my little pumpkin guy out there because he's just a solid pumpkin, but without getting too close. So we did pumpkin writing, and this was kind of a narrative story, kind of an all about, not all about pumpkins, but a creative story that they did about a pumpkin. That's why their pumpkin looks like that. He's kind of cuckoo. And then I got these things from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That one looks like the sky. I wish I'd bought matching ones. I didn't realize I didn't buy matching ones. I have the bats one and the spiders one, and I wish I would have just bought all bats or all spiders. And if they do it next year, I'm gonna put them on these lights over here because I can turn off all my other lights. Let me show you. I can turn off that one goes off in a second, and just those three stay on. So I think it would be cool to just have those three things over those, and then that way it's still kind of dark in here, but there's a little bit of light with my lamps and everything. So then we did these. This is something I've had for years, but this is from Double Dose of Learning, and I don't think there's any names on it, so I think I can zoom in. It's just a syllable sort, 1 syllable, 2 syllables, because we've been getting ready to like really start diving into dividing syllables and spelling with syllables using our syllable knowledge. And I just put a spider web up. I'm gonna leave that up just for the week, and then I'll take it down. And I showed you guys those. And then I know there's names on these, so I'm not gonna get too close, but this is just the Room on a Broom retelling. Let's see. I don't think there's any names on these two. So they just have to do the retelling, and we just did a really basic one because we'd already did Stumpkin, and I just wanted them to do Room on the Broom. I actually have the Good, Bad, and Spooky Egg, or whatever it is. That's a new book that just came out. I had to put these books. These were the books that I got out yesterday for our book character parade in case any of my kiddos didn't dress up. I thought I could have a stack of books ready to go, so I have to put those back in there. My things are falling. I have to put this away. He's kind of tangled on there. And I have to put Happy Halloween away and my little candy jars. Switch out my month, switch out my writing center. Take out the spider that's over there. Put Mr. Spider away. That sort of thing. So I'm gonna get going. So I have really needed to wipe down the tables in here. I don't think we remembered to do that yesterday, but I have stuff everywhere. Put out their books. I forgot my pumpkin carving kit. We were going to carve our pumpkin. We always get a class pumpkin. We were going to carve it today because we ran out of time yesterday. And I forgot their pumpkin carving kit. My pumpkin carving kit. So I'm putting the ladder away. Ooh. Not that you guys want to see the bathroom. All right. So I put out, again, I don't want to get too close. This is their October journal and their October book that I didn't get to pass out to them yesterday from our book buddy. And then I got them a little pencil, so I just put those out. I was going to show you, maybe just pull up Dojo and make sure. It is hot in my room already, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just because I'm doing stuff. November 1st. It's Hard to believe it's November. It feels like it was just the start of the school year, and I've already been with these babies for 2 months. So I was going to show you my slides for the day. I have to, let me just show them here. Aren't they cute? Let me flip November. I'll show you the blank slides, and I'm going to link her down below because these slides are phenomenal, and I have used them since February, and I will continue to use them. They're wonderful. Just such cute graphics, such creative way, and then it inspires me to add more to the slides. So that's what the kids will see when they come in this morning. And without getting too close, that's their little November or October journal. I need to send the November one off to print. And then their little book, it's Splat the Cat, Good Night, Sleep Tight, and it's kind of a spooky one that I got for them. So there's my Halloween decorations put away. This is one of our rotations yesterday that some of my kids didn't finish, so they're going to finish during centers today. They're just doing the fact families and putting them on the page. Another rotation was using pretzels and what are those called? Fruit snacks. Pretzels and fruit snack graphs. Just one that I created really quick. And what else did we do yesterday? We did measuring with candy corn. So here's a little bucket of candy corn I got them. They got to measure with their candy corn. Let's see if I can find sort of a semi one. That's the graph I created. That's that. There's the measuring with candy corn. I don't think this one has much of a name on it, but you can see they had to measure different pictures with their candy corn. They did this doesn't have a name on it. That's good. They did a jack-o'-lantern steps page. That's the graph I already showed you. And then this was another graph that they did with a picture card that I had. So they had to count up how many and do that. So they had 6 rotations in all. It worked out really well. I was able to call a couple students over and work with them. There's the candy corn measuring one. I had to put all of this. A couple of my kids didn't finish that, and a couple of my kids didn't finish that. So they're going to do that during centers today. They're so excited about these little buckets, you guys, from the Dollar Tree. It was like 3 for the $1.25. And then I had a sweet parent that sent in extra goodie bags so my kids could give out goodie bags. So that was sweet. So that was that. This is what we normally do. I always keep pictures of my stuff, but this is what we normally do with our pumpkin. They use adjectives to describe the inside and outside of the pumpkin. Oh, that's where that came from. First grade blue skies. If you want to go back, and I don't know if I can link it, if I could even find it, because this was from forever ago, but there it is. And I'm sure it was free because it was a million years ago when I got it, and TBT wasn't really a thing back then, or if it wasn't popular. So here we are. So I'm all taken down. I'm going to take down those picture cards, and I'm going to get set up for today. Hi friends, so it is the afternoon. I thought I would work on this crazy cabinet this afternoon a little bit and then get my November games and things down just to kind of go through them and see what I needed to print. So I thought I'd take you along with me into this cabinet. It is a mess. My son decided he wants to stomp through the room and make as much noise as possible. No. There we go. It's gotten so bad, you guys, that I have to start stacking books up like this. So I thought I would go through, my goal is to go through the top half this afternoon and then the bottom half tomorrow maybe, since tomorrow's early day. Maybe I can get a little bit done in the top half. I would like to get a good chunk of these. This is mostly my author studies and then random books. I'd like to go through and get a good chunk of these pulled out. I'd like to get, although there's not much left of this one, this is just kind of a hodgepodge right here I need to go through, but go through a big chunk of those and get those pulled out. So I'm going to pull those and I'm just going to kind of talk you through what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to start with this middle section here because this is kind of just random stuff I've stuck in there. I'm going to set those down out of my way for just a minute so that I can get through. I was doing good there for a while and putting these in there, but these don't stay very well. So I don't really like it. I don't know if I'll continue it, but I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to start on this end. This is January, February, and then I think part of March. On this row, all of my Christmas books are at home. Otherwise, that's what the row should be dedicated for. But because I didn't have any room, I just kept my Christmas books at home. So we're going to start on this end. I actually need to like get these books logged into my computer. You can see I have a lot of books. And I have a hard time getting rid of books because I know that I would read most of them, but there are a couple that that I haven't read in years, that's what I'm going through. How are we doing there?
Good.
Good? Okay. So my son's actually holding the camera for me so I can go through these. Gosh. And see, another part of my problem is that I want to just, like, some of these books are books that I would just put in my library. So I have to separate them out. Books that would go in my library, books that I would read, and then books that I can donate or get rid of. Like that one there, it's you know, it's a good book. It's kind of easy for him, but it's got beautiful pictures, so I would probably just put that in the library. Let's see. Let me just start a stack for that. Same thing with that one. Pretty easy for some of my kiddos to read, but beautiful pictures. It's a series that I got from Scholastic years ago, so I'm going to keep those. That's another one. I'm pretty sure I have a couple of these, so I'm going to hold that in my lap for just a minute and see if I can find that. Penguin Pete and Pat, not really one that I have ever read, and it's quite lengthy. Might be fun for one of my kids, so that's going to be a giveaway book. Aha, see? 2. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to this one, and I'm going to give away that one. Am I going too fast?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. And here I have a Christmas book, but it's the Frosty the Snowman song, so I think I'm just going to give that one away. What, buddy?
Do you have any graphic novels?
I don't know if I have any graphic novels in here, buddy.
In the chat, when you're doing that?
Snow Babies. I think this is one that my son picked out for the book fair.
Not me.
And then Polar Babies, I have another one for it. And here we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. It's got some neat pictures. I've got a lot of polar animal pictures. Or polar animal books. Again, here's one that I don't think I've ever read it. Watch out, buddy. Little Penguin. Nope. Gotta get rid of it. So I'm doing pretty good. I've gotten a pretty good stack started. That one's fairly new. Penguin P and Pete. I think that's more of a Christmassy book. We're gonna get rid of that one too. Look, see, I had a third one, but this one's torn. I can see the page kind of pulling out of it. So that one I have to just recycle. So we'll do that. Another donation, and oh, March of the Penguins, you guys. But since this is a movie, I don't think I've ever read it. It's quite long. So donate. How we doing? Can you still see me in that?
Yes.
Is everything looking good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the books and everything.
Okay. I have 2 of those. I think I kept one down there, so I'm going to get rid of. Boy, my kids are going to be so excited tomorrow. All these. I have never read Little Harp Cell. Never. Ever. And it's too long to put in a library. The Without You would be okay, though. So we've made it through a good chunk of these January books. Just having to force myself. Polar Animals, I have 2 of them, so let's keep one. Let's get rid of one. Animal Babies is a good one. The Night Before the Snowy Day. I need to find all of those. I'm just going to set that one down here because I have that whole collection. White Snow, Bright Snow. I never read that one. Millions of Snowflakes. I've never read to them. Oh no, this one's ruined. Okay, those 2 are stuck together. I need to look at those here in a second. And I think we are reached almost the end. The Big Snow. I've never read. I think we're in just like the snowy ones. So this would be a different basket in my library. This is all winter, snow, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start a new stack because I'm in a different, make sure you don't go too fast. I'm in a different group now. I don't know if I've ever read that one, but I'm going to hold on to it. The Little Puppy Lost. Again, one that I don't think I've ever read. Oh, The Smallest Snowman. My kids love the Clifford books. Does anybody else's kids love the Clifford books? I have a student who is a phenomenal reader, and every time he goes to the library, he reads the Clifford books. Those are the ones he pulls up and reads. So, I can't get rid of the Clifford books. Not this year. Oh, let's see. The Night Before the Snow Day. See, there's one of them. And then these are all fairly new. Animal babies. Oh, that's a whole bunch of different type of animal babies. That needs to go in a different genre too. So, done good. They're going to start falling here in a second, which is unfortunate for me. But I probably have pulled out quite a few. Sneezy the Snowman. This is the How to Catch a Snowman one, so I need to put that with the other How to Catch a ones. And we have penguins. Lands, the waters of Antarctica, just not appropriate for them. A lot of these books I got so long ago. This is a really cute book. Watermelon Snow. A lot of these books I got so long ago when I was either student teaching or thought I was going to be teaching upper grades, and I've just held on to them. And it's just time to go ahead and pull them out. Oh, now I'm in a whole different grouping again. Okay. So this is, oh my goodness. I think I might have bought that for Biddy and then forgotten about it. Aiden, I think I bought this one for you and then forgot about it. I think I bought it for your birthday and forgot.
I just hid it in here.
I think I put it in here to hide it away and forgot about it. So watch the camera, buddy. All right, so all of these are weather ones. This is not really, you know what this one has? This one has a spelling pattern that is really good next week. Let me see. I may put that and read it next week and then give it away. So now I've got some weather ones. So that's a whole different group. Just because they fell backwards. So I'm going to move those out of the way. These are all good. I don't have very many weather books, so I'm probably not going to get rid of very many of those. Snow Day and the Mouse. Back in some snow ones. Rain. Oh, I have two of those. Rain. No, that's two different books. Huh, how interesting. Oh, no, it's the same book. All right, and then Winter. Ice. I'll get it out for you in a minute. Cool book. Kids would probably be interested in that. And Polar Animals All Year. That's the last one. Then I have a lot of these Henry and Mudges that are kind of, I may just give that one away. Uranus Cool, Jack and so these are some Scholastic ones I ordered last year. Puppies in the Snow I have never read. I don't know if my kids have ever really read it either. I keep it for the library. And then, oh, never read that one. That one's going. First Day of Winter. Yeah, that one's gonna go. There's just really good books out now that the kids identify with more. So I have made it through quite the stack. Now I think my goal was to get these 3 rows done. I don't think that's gonna happen today. I think if I can get one row cleaned out and put up and then scanned in, then that's good. These are really good too. I have, I think, all of them, but they're all mixed together. It's another one I could do an author study on. I don't know if I will or not. And then Polar Animals. Okay, let me see that, buddy. So, you can see, although I haven't gotten very far, that's a good chunk. Those are all the ones I'm getting rid of. Those are weather, kind of hodgepodge. This is Polar Animals and then Winter. And then those just slid. And that one has to go in the trash over there because it's torn up. So it did pretty good. I'm going to finish cleaning out this whole row here. And then I'll just kind of show you the end product. Hey friends, so this is what we're looking at here. I actually did way more than I anticipated, but once I got going, it was really hard to not continue. I have to finish going through this row, but I went through actually this row. So I'm going to start from the bottom. I didn't mess with these because this is like small group sets down here. But this is all my math books. You can see my little things in there, although they're not the greatest. My little paint stirrers, they're not the greatest. They were free, so it works for right now, I guess. This is math, and then next to math I have character ed books, like social emotional type. And then I have like a small section of fairy tales, and then I have like books that I can do deeper comprehension strategies with the students. And then I have a few science, kind of random science down here at the end, and then my writing books are all the way tucked in. So this is more like my academic row. And then this is May and April, and they're flip-flopped because I just shoved them in there when I moved in. So that's the row I have to go. That's the row I have to go through. I went through this row. That's what you saw. My son was actually holding the camera for me while I filmed, so that I could get that done. I still have some space here to kind of reorganize, and I want to go back through it, but I'm going to go through it as I'm pulling the books out. So if I don't use the books this year, then I'm going to donate them. This is like my August, September, a little bit of October. This is my big October. I got to switch out. And then my November books here. Those are just some book sleeves that I need to move. And then my top row is all of my author studies. That is solely author studies. There's much more organization to that now. I want to go through and put like a file folder, an old file folder or something with a picture of the author on the end of it, so that when I come over here I can just grab that set. But honestly, I know these books so well, and I know where my authors are. I may not need to mess with doing that, but we got quite a bit out. Wait till you see the pile. So this is 3 books from one of my old schools that I have to send back over there through school mail that I found. This is a set of Arkansas books from when I taught in Arkansas. I'm going to send to my friend who's a librarian up there. That's my Shel Silverstein poetry books. They're just in really bad shape. I don't know what to do with those. These 2 sets I'm going to make labels for tonight and put on my little blue tubs. My son knocked down my thing, sorry. Anyway, my blue tubs, and switch out some books. And I'm going to actually go through some of those tubs and give out some of those books as well. My problem is when we give out books, the kids they end up getting so many that they're not... if I give out too many all at once, then they don't appreciate them. They don't want to keep them. They don't, So this is my stack, and it doesn't look like very much, but there's enough books here for each student to have at least 3, to pick out at least 3 books. There are so many books in this stack. So that just tells you these are books that I either have never read, or I have duplicate of, or they're just kind of in condition now where they can go to somebody. If my students don't want them, there's a bookstore in another town, a few towns over from me, that buys books, and they'll give you like 60% towards books in store. So I may take those over there and just see if I can sell any of those. I know that my kiddos are going to want a good chunk of those because there's some really good books there. But that's that. So it looks so much better. I feel better having done it. Just getting a little bit of organization. My room feels very cluttered right now, and I don't know why. I think I always get to like November, December time, and I feel very cluttered with my room, and it's just solely because we start to get so much stuff out of like cabinets and storage to use. I've got to get some of this stuff out of here though. The chalk, the sidewalk chalk thing down there, that'll eventually kind of work its way through as they filter through that chalk. And then they've been losing balls and stuff like crazy. So you can see that box needs to get stored away for our transformation room. I really need to give these out. These are those things that came in the mail. I'm not even sure where they came from. There's no note or card in there. But I'm going to play around with them. I need to straighten out my carpet. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. So I've had such issues. This carpet is so small. It only fits about 8 kids, and I have 17. So there's not really any way. I can't even fit 3 across on it because the shape of this carpet here. I can't, it just bugs me. I can't with it. I'm probably going to end up doing something different next year with the way my room is arranged. But, you know, it is what it is for this year. This isn't horrible. The kids can all see the board from this. Hopefully next year we'll be able to get rid of our teachers' desks. And then I think this whole thing is going to be kind of over here in the corner, which will free up like 1, 2, 3 spaces for student desks more in the middle. I think, you know, it'll work as soon as we can do that. But I feel so cluttered right now. So I don't know what it is, but I feel like very overwhelmed. So I'm gonna flip you around. I'm getting ready to leave, but I'm gonna pick up a few things before we head out. Stayed way longer than I wanted to. I still have lots of decluttering that I need to get done. I'm a very sentimental person, so I have a hard time throwing things away. That's just the nature of my personality. I'm a Libra, so Libras are very sentimental people. So I have attachment to things that I've had for a very long time, especially things that hold lots of memories with my students, and I have a very hard time getting rid of things, but I have to let go. When I'm thinking, because I told you guys it's gonna be my last classroom I'm ever in, I'm staying at the school no matter what, unless they kick me out, and then I'll find a new job if that happens, because I'm not moving classrooms again. This is too much. But I'm thinking next year something's gonna go on with this whole setup here in the front, because this clutter here is a lot, and it also, because the way my room is arranged, everybody else's room doesn't have like this little nook here. Everybody has cubbies here, whereas my cubbies are in the back of my room. So this is my little reading nook. I don't know if I'll keep it that way next year. The students love it. These students love sitting in the reading nook and reading. So I don't know, but it just feels very crowded up front, and that's something that I want to work on. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I can't get rid of anything this year. All of my furniture has to stay for at least this year. But what I am thinking is next year, I don't know if you can see this unit here that's kind of a zigzag. I think that's the unit I'm going to end up getting rid of next year, either that one or that one. Because that one over there holds math tools in it. So I may end up getting rid of this one. I don't know. I like that one because it has the raised levels. We'll see. Aiden, get your book and your stuff, honey. So I'm just Xing out of everything. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Wednesday. It's early day, so looking forward to that, and I'll just see you tomorrow. Hi, guys. So it is Friday after school. I'm just kind of cleaning up and moving stuff around. I thought I would show you what I've pulled out. I've got some laminating stuff to do this weekend, but I'm almost out of lamination, so I can't laminate here. I'm gonna have to order some and hope that it comes in the mail from Amazon over the weekend and get it laminated at home. Put those back up in my box, please. I thought I would kind of show you. I've gotten a lot done as far as like cleaning up and getting things sorted and organized. So I wanted to show you what's new, where we're at, and what's next for things. So, okay. So I have been like back and forth on this printer. Let me back up a little bit. There you go. I got this a while back, and the thing here is broken. It's just a copier. And I keep going back and forth on it, but it's been sitting there and I haven't used it in like 3 weeks. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it. So that's one thing that I may end up getting rid of. This is what's next. So this is my massive folder of random stuff that I didn't know what else put it. Over the years, it's got like all kinds of stuff. It's got professional development stuff and all that documentation that I have to keep. But it's got a whole bunch of like extra copies of random things. Stuff for Meet the Teacher, which I need to go through, open house, all that kind of stuff. The school scavenger hunt, which doesn't really apply to this school anymore, so I can throw away. It's got old comprehension packs and then a whole bunch of like extra center stuff. like old center stuff that won't really apply here. So what's next on my to-do list is getting this drawer organized. Even if I just do a file folder a day, I want to get that one organized. I told you I'm all about decluttering. I think I talked about how I feel so overwhelmed with the small space here that my brain goes a little bit bonkers. This is my phonics drawer. Like extra things that go along with all the different sounds. I just need to reorganize it. It's a good drawer. It's got some really good extra practice pages and things in them that are decodable. I copy all my decodable books and put like one copy in here so that I have it. But I just need to go through it. So that eventually has to get organized. And then my bottom one is all my writing stuff. And then a whole bunch of extra folders back there. So I've gotten rid of a lot of writing stuff. I'm just so sentimental. I have an attachment to so much stuff, whether it's from a conference that I went to or a friend, they used it in their room and I want to use it in my room. I just need to go through it and kind of reorganize this one as well. So these two are basically just kind of sort through and weed out some of the things that I don't need anymore. This one is like definite dig into and sort out. The other thing I want to organize over the next couple months is my cabinet. I started off so organized with this cabinet, and then as I realized I had so much stuff, I just dropped it in there. Now the bad thing is this cabinet is attached to the wall. It can't be moved anywhere else in the room, so I can just kind of load this up with whatever I need to. This is all my construction paper, and that works. My system for construction paper works. I just want it to be, I want to flip them to where that they are, ouch, my shoulder just locked up. Ow, ow, ow. I want to flip them to where they are standing up a little bit differently, because right now the way that they are, I have to like dig underneath some to get to certain colors. In my other room, I also had this was like metal, so I could write which colors I was getting out of. So every time I opened it up, I would remember. So if I happened to be at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I could pick up that particular color paper. So I want to get like a little whiteboard for in there, maybe just one of my whiteboards I don't use in here, and attach it so I can do that. But this is okay. This organizational row here is okay. So is this one down here. This is all my Reagan Tunstall's math units. Now I use them mostly as like an extra resource. It also has some of my STEM stuff and my intervention binders I've created over the years. Stop, please. Stop. Bastion. Stop. But so this row works. The only thing is I have so much space behind that row that I could put some stuff back there, some extra like teacher books and things that I've been trying to find a place for. The other ones are not so organized. They're kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. There is stuff that I need, but like all of those books up there, I could actually put, because there's like a ton of space behind these. So I could put those books back there and then I'd still have them. Again, like with these, this is a lot of stuff I still use. So I like to be able to have easy access to it. Behind this, I know it's kind of hard to see, but behind that up there is like extra folders and art supplies and stuff that I couldn't fit in my other cabinet. So it's just kind of hanging out back there. I'm waiting for us to get to that, but I need to like clean all that out. And then that's like base 10 blocks that we haven't gotten to yet. So it's just kind of a junky cabinet, and I hate opening it. It drives me nuts. I thought about flip-flopping and having all of my books over here for my other metal cabinet and having this cabinet worth of stuff over there, but that would be a next summer project. I did start off that way. I did start off with all of my books over here, but because the cabinet was so deep, I was running into the problem of wasted space because I wanted to be able to see my books. But if I had like a row here that was like the Christmas stuff, and then in front of that was something else, and I would have to pull books out in order to get to the books in the back. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I don't know that that's going to happen. I just need to get in here and reorganize. It's just a mess. So those are things that are coming up. Those are things that are on my to-do. It is starting next week. We are starting like turkeys. It's nonfiction stuff, so we're going to stick with some of the more informational books about turkeys and Thanksgiving. Instead of all of the like Native American stuff. It's just a little bit over the kids' head. I will touch on some Native American stuff because Florida has Florida has a rich Native American history, and so I want to be able to do that with them. But I have to teach myself all that first, and I haven't done that. Honey, can you go plug this in for me?
I don't know how to plug it in.
It's underneath my computer, and it's just a silver plug. So we started a little bit today because we're going to be writing informational about turkeys. So we did our schema. You can't see it, but it's got new learning and then misconceptions here. The kids loved it. They had so much they wanted to tell me about turkeys. You can see our pumpkin writing. It's cute. But I need to like tape these down properly and kind of reorganize them. So that way they can like reference them back. And then I also need to get these cards switched out for the new book. And I need to get all of those books put away. Something else that we did this week was we cracked open our pumpkin. We actually did a lot with it. We did sink float activities and measuring activities and all sorts of stuff. But we counted our seeds today. So this is how I do it. Just to try to make it easier. And I actually have a student, one of my kiddos that needs a little bit more of a challenge in math. They are the ones that kind of organize it and run it. I draw the pumpkin. I help assist the kids in getting a handful of seeds out. And then they come up and they count out groups of 10. And my helper had to make sure that they were groups of 10 and circle each group. And so that was quite the feat. You can see we had 601 seeds in our tiny little pumpkin, which the kids could not believe because our pumpkin is not that big. So we got that cleaned out. But I don't know if you know, but pumpkins don't last very long here in Florida. So this will have to go in the trash now that it's cracked open because it will rot probably tomorrow because of the heat here. So that's all done. We've done our pumpkin stuff. We're moving on. I just switched out my cards in writing and got those ready for next week. We're just working on then and now stuff and things, with fall because these kids don't experience fall here in the same way as many other states do. I'm about to put my game over here for their centers next week, and I think I'm going to put up a Write the Room. I think I'm going to do a Write the Room next week to give them something different and change it up. I took my Write the Rooms out, but I think I'm going to just print it and laminate it over the weekend. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at this week. Some other things that we've been working on, graphing and math, which the kids have been doing very well in. They've actually done better, this group of kids, in graphing than some of my kids in the past. They're just kind of understanding it, and we've just been doing it with everything. We've been just graphing everything. In fact, yesterday, I had a whole bunch of extra pretzels from our Halloween graphing that we did. And so I just gave them all a pretzel again for snack. And then they wanted to know how many pumpkins and how many bats. I don't know if you've seen these little bags of pretzels, but they wanted to know how many pumpkins and how many bats were in the whole class. It's just these little things. So I had a whole bunch because I got them from Sam's. So there was like 65 bags in there. So we did that. And we just did kind of a quick graph together, but they thought it was super neat how we took the data, made tally marks. Then we did a pictograph. So we had our pumpkins and our bat pictures representing groups of 10 because there was so many. So that was neat. We've been doing lots of graphs. I'm hoping next week we stick to our schedule We had a PLC today, and I kind of brought that up, that our literacy time is such a precious time, and it seems like there's so many interruptions during that block that I plan for 2 groups and only get to 1. And it's been like that for the whole month of October. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I have said that about every school I've ever been in. There's just something about the month of October. And I don't think it can be helped. And I was just voicing my concerns that maybe we could look at making sure from this point on that our kindergarten and first grade literacy blocks are uninterrupted as much as possible. Just because I feel like we've lost a lot of time. And then there's testing, and there's this, and there's that. So I feel like we're starting to get into our groove a lot more. And then next week, it doesn't look like we have very much on the schedule. We have a couple things going on school-wide next week, but hopefully I will be able to run my schedule per normal, which I'm really excited about. I think I had a couple requests to do just a more specific small group video. And that was on my to-do list this week, but with my husband gone, I had to leave a couple days early this week, and next week I will as well. So I'm going to do my very best. I had intentions of filming it last week and then talking to you guys about it, and then my vice principal had to come in to do an observation, and she came in during that time, so I couldn't film, obviously, which I was going to do last Friday, and then it didn't happen. My hope is that next week I can actually have my plans in order to actually share those with you, because this week it was kind of hit and miss all over the place, to just wanting to make sure I was meeting with my kids and getting time with them. We had assemblies this week. We had book character parade on Monday, which means that we didn't do centers on Monday. Our book fair is actually here right now, so I don't know what our next Monday will look like. But hopefully I will be able to visit with my kids, get to do their small groups, and get to film a little bit of what they're doing. I was so proud of one of my kiddos today, you guys. We were doing our small group, and this is my group that really struggles with reading. They just don't have the confidence up yet, and they're quite slow. So we were doing some Switch It activities, which is from, I think it's like Reading Simplified. I don't know if I've talked about them before, but I just did a class or whatever through them over the summer. And we were doing our Switch It activity, and he's been struggling, and he's been absent for like 2 weeks. He's been struggling this whole year. He's one of my ELL babies. So just the vocabulary and the sound work is difficult for him. And today it was like a light bulb came on. He started blending a lot more quickly, and he was the only one in the group to be able to switch the proper sound out in the proper position. So if it was like a T to a G, he switched that immediately. The others struggled, or they would do the ending sound or the wrong sound, or they would just add it on. I was so proud of him. It was one of those moments that's like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is why I do it. So we ended up having a little bit extra time in that group because I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep doing it with him. So that was special. Yeah, it's going to bring tears to my eyes because he's been struggling, and to see it like click for him, it was just wonderful. So next week, like I said, we're going to hit turkeys. We got more graphs to do, and we're going to hit lots of writing next week. I'm looking into like trying to do some more. My kids want to create turkeys so bad they can't even stand it. They're like, can we get rid of all this Halloween stuff and get some turkey stuff up? So Monday, I'm going to take down all of their Halloween stuff that's up, their Room on the Broom, their Stumpkin, all of this stuff. We're doing some veteran stuff next week for Veterans Day, so we're going to get that done and have some of that stuff hanging out. But they want to do some turkeys, and so I'm just going to come up with a whole bunch of turkey projects this weekend and look through all of my stuff, and we're going to create some turkeys next week because they want to decorate. So they're so cute. They love all of the holiday stuff, you know, so... I think that's everything for this week. Oh, we are doing the turkey project. It's like the traditional decorated turkey, and I forgot to send that home today, so that'll have to go home on Monday. And like I said, my goal for next week is to try to get some of my small group filmed and show you how I plan for centers, my centers are like the easiest thing in the world because I can't take having difficult centers. So I show you all of that. That's my goal for next week. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. Get out of here. It is 4:25. It's way later than I wanted to leave on a Friday, and I'm just going to head home. So I hope you all are doing wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.